Yo, what's up, guys? My name is Cody Jones, and today I'm going to be doing another movie review. But here's the thing, this movie is not brand new, it's nothing that came out just recently. This is actually a very interesting movie I'm very happy to talk about because I have been a fan of this movie for a long time. But here it is, the 1985 movie The Last Dragon. I'm really excited to talk about this one because I just got done rewatching it lately with my siblings during New Year's Eve. And honestly, I figured it'd be really cool to give my thoughts and review of this movie. Now, if you don't know what The Last Dragon is, just go ahead and sit back and I will be giving you a description of what the movie is about. Bruce Leroy Green, a young martial artist living in New York City, trains tirelessly to attain the same level of mastery as the late great Bruce Lee. One night his life changes forever when he rescues television personality Laura Charles from the evil businessman Eddie Arcadian. Impressed by Leroy's bravery, Laura falls for Leroy, but to keep her safe, he will have to defeat a gang leader named Shonuff, the self-styled shogun of Harlem. Now, what's really cool is that this movie, it was really awesome, but it stayed. But if some of y'all ain't really into that cheesy '80s look and everything, if you guys fucking look or Googled how it looked and everything, or if you've seen the movie, then this might not even be the review for you. But I'm still going to do it anyways. Because one, I am a huge Bruce Lee fan. I've always been a fan, and I grew up watching and admiring the way that Bruce Lee moves. I've been a fan because my father was a fan of Bruce Lee. He had his VHSs and everything. I got a DVD collection of all his movies and everything, and they're all splendid and amazing and fun to watch. The storylines and everything, like the way that Bruce Lee moves, it's fucking badass, It's like this guy, he is iconically dope, especially with movies like Fist of Fury and The Game of Death, The Tower of Death, The Chinese Connection, it's like these movies are enjoyable from beginning to end, despite the fact that these movies came out many years ago. They're still enjoyable to watch. So this movie, it's really cool because it is a black guy who is inspired and fascinated by Bruce Lee. And honestly, I can't even blame him, you know? So basically, with that description, like when they say that he has to get to the same level, like there's a fucking song that plays called The Glow, which makes him literally glow and all that. So this movie was really cheesy because the 80s style and everything, but it was still enjoyable and the storyline was still great to watch. So another thing that I also want to point out in this movie is the fact that it's not just a martial arts movie. It's not like any of those, but it's also a bit of a romance comedy, a rom-com. And it does have some of the funny moments that really makes fun of the Asian and black cultures and everything. It's like with Asians trying to act black and like and blacks trying to be Asian, like with Bruce Leroy trying to be like Bruce Lee, and with the Asians trying to be more normal and more blended into the city of Harlem, and it really contradicts both worlds and everything, and it's hilarious, Especially there's this scene where a few people, a few Asians, are just dressing and talking and acting very jive, and like with Harlem, like that Harlem talk, it's like the way that they blend in and everything, like it is hilarious. But also with Bruce Leroy, like trying to be like Bruce Lee, he's also like his little brother is also trying to like get a date with the TV star that Bruce Leroy and eventually does hook up with. But the whole thing is hilarious. The whole movie is really dope. I loved watching it when I first saw it. I loved watching it the second time, the third time, the fourth time. This movie is really cool. I loved watching it then as much as I do now. The storyline, the acting, the comical jokes, and everything, like the whole thing is just hilarious. And the fight scenes are still dope and very true to the martial arts style that Bruce Lee did have. And it's like another thing that makes it hilarious is the fact that Bruce Leroy is like discovering what love is and everything, despite the fact that he's the oldest brother. Like, it's funny because he has no idea how to be normal like everyone else, like how to flirt and how to like pull off the moves with the girl and everything, it's like he's been so focused on his world that he's completely oblivious of everything in the real world. Now, as for Eddie Arcadian, this dude, he's a real scummy person, it's like just trying to get the TV personality star into like promoting his his own star, who is not really all that talented, has a very obnoxious voice, sings terrible, production is horrible. Like the girl that Eddie Arcadian is with, it's like it really makes you see why he's so desperate to like get other people to promote her, despite the fact that she's not worth it. Now, with Eddie Arcadian being like a asshole, he ends up threatening and forcing people and just. Alright, so in this part of the video, I'm basically going to be ending it here by giving my review. Alright, so basically with Eddie Arcadian, he's just a lousy producer and a lousy person, all in all. And as for the main antagonist, Shonuff, basically he's just another average antagonist who just wants to hassle and pick a fight with someone, and obviously he's been having beef with Bruce Leroy because he's been hearing a lot of he say she says about him being untouchable and the thought that he can catch a bullet with his teeth and everything like he's fucking Superman. But basically, he's been antagonizing him and his family and everyone else involved with Bruce Leroy just to have a one-on-one fight, just to show everyone who's the master. And with the movie ending, and with the movie ending, it basically gives a really good view that even if Shonuff gets the glow before Bruce Leroy does, it's still not enough to stop the protagonist, the main hero, Bruce Leroy. So basically, even with all that, and with the help of Eddie Arcadian, Shonuff still failed as is, and still got his ass handed to. So basically, everyone wins. Bruce Leroy gets the girl, and Eddie Arcadian and Shonuff are both completely dealt with legally. And so, this movie review is going to end with me giving it a ranking. And honestly, I don't even see nothing wrong with just giving this movie a straight 10 out of 10. Because this movie was hilarious, it was enjoyable, It had a good blend of romance, comedy, corny jokes, and rock music and martial arts. It really blended all of that into one perfect movie and one amazing storyline. So, honestly, I'm just gonna give this movie a fucking 10 out of 10 because it was amazing. I'd recommend it straight up to anyone who's watching this video, or even you don't even have to listen to my review. Just check the movie out because it's still good. It's still awesome. Everything about it. The Last Dragon is by far one of the coolest movies I've seen. Even for something that came out in 1985, it still holds up as a classic and enjoyable film. But other than that, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think down below. Tell me if you've seen it, if you want to see it, and I'll see you in the next video. I'm out. Peace.